Order. This court is now reconvened.
Cassie Callison, will you rise, please? As you know, some startling and persuasive new evidence was introduced into this courtroom just a few moments ago. The Commonwealth can no longer support the charges of murder that were filed against you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to tell you that the case of the people versus Cassie Callison is dismissed.
I can't believe this.
My darling, my darling. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
I'm scared to death for you.
Why on earth?
Madam Prosecutor, I've instructed the sheriff to make arrangements to book Dorian Lord for murder.
Mom, I'm very relieved for myself, but I still don't know what to believe. Did you really kill Mitch?
What does it matter? Your nightmare's over and done with, and it cannot be brought up again.
What about when they find out you're lying? They'll just come and arrest me again.
They can't, can they, Herb?
You know, it's double jeopardy to try a person twice for the same crime.
Well, they didn't even they didn't even try the case. They didn't even hear it.
Well, technically it doesn't matter. The judge dismissed it, and he may wish he hadn't, but it's official, and we can all be thankful for that.
Then you don't believe her either, do you?
I don't know, honey. I don't know if I do or I don't. But it was a very convincing confession, Dorian. It's a confession you may end up regretting.
Why should I regret it? Cassie's free.
It's going to make your defense very tough. We have to figure out what we say when Judith Sanders stands up and starts reading out your own words back to you and to a jury.
A jury?
Yeah.
Does it really have to go that far?
Well, you better believe it. Now, we may be able to work that to our own advantage. That is, if you plan to engage me for your defense.
Of course I do. I wouldn't trust anybody else.
Well, good. Okay. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to get an all-female jury for that trial, at least as many as I can. I think women will understand better a woman's passion, a mother's passion, her care, her concern to save her child from being raped.
Funny, I hadn't given a thought to my own trial. I was so busy worrying about how to get Cassie out of this one.
I'm sorry, Mom. It was all my fault.
Oh, nonsense.
Mrs. Lord, it's time for us to go.
Excuse me, go where?
Well, Mom, this is the matron from the police department, and
Yes.
She's come to take your fingerprints and your mugshot.
Fingerprints and mugshot? Herb, can't you do something about this?
I'm afraid they have to book you, but I will try to arrange bail as quick as possible, okay?
This way, Mrs. Lord. And I just want to say that I watch you every day on television. I really enjoy your program. All of us down at the women's detention home, we care. Good. No problems.
No problems? Do you have any idea how much I pay for a manicure? I mean, I hope this ink is going to come off.
Mom, it wears off after a while.
You found that out firsthand, didn't you? Oh, honey, I'm so glad this part's over for you.
For me, it is. I just hope Dad can get you out of this mess.
Oh, don't worry. He's probably getting the charges dropped against me now.
Listen, you can use this chemical wipe. It'll take the ink off your hands. Here.
Thank goodness. Thank you very much.
Mom, I want to tell you something. I still think that confessing to Mitch's murder for me was the most incredible thing I've ever seen you do. I can't believe it worked.
Honey, the only thing that was important to me was to get you out of that courtroom and to make sure that you didn't have to go back. Everything else that I had tried, from wiping the fingerprints off the candlesticks to trying to get Herb not to turn you in, didn't work. So I had no choice but to tell everybody that I killed Mitch Laurence.
Mom, the only reason that it worked was because you presented an airtight case against yourself. I just hope you don't have to go to prison.
We thought we had a problem with Cassie's case?
Tell me about it.
Gentlemen, I will see you soon.
Well, it's going to be a little while. We've just started now to hammer out a new defense.
Defense for what?
For our client, obviously.
What are you talking about? Dorian Lord just confessed to murder. There's no need for a defense, just a sentencing.
Judith, is going to be a trial. How about it? Tell you what, our client pleads to a lesser charge, say involuntary manslaughter, and we might accept a suspended sentence.
Suspended sentence. Do I look like I just came from a correspondence course? Dorian Lord committed cold-blooded murder and admitted in front of 12 witnesses and a judge, and you have the nerve
to suggest I let her walk away.
Yes, I do, because if you don't, I guarantee we'll win it on merit, and it will cost the taxpayers a lot of money.
That's right. It's a bargain. Take my advice and grab it.
They still electrocute people in the state of Pennsylvania for murder. I don't know if you're blind to this woman's astonishing ego, or whether the man she killed was the Adolf Hitler of Landview, but she's going to pay for it. Dorian Lord will do time. I promise you.
You're in big trouble, Pete.
Oh, they don't have a case against me.
They have a confession. That's all they need, Mom.
Honey, prison's not on my agenda.
It's not your agenda. They're interested
Good.
in it.
Caught you
Dad.
before they took you off.
Took me where?
Look, now, I've got a slightly aggrieved judge waiting for you. I caught up with him before he went off to a barbecue for his granddaughter, persuaded him to stay late for your arraignment and bail hearing, okay?
Good. That means Mom won't have to spend the night in jail.
Right.
Jail? Who thought I was going to jail?
Judith Sanders, for one.
Well, then, you've managed to save the day, haven't you? I'm going to have to buy you a drink on the way home for being such a superb defender of womankind.
Darling, as soon as we get out of here, you and Pete O'Neill and I are going to sit down and plan your defense, and we better move quickly.
Defense? What kind of a defense do I need for saving my daughter's life from a psychopath?
Well, the prosecutor doesn't see it that way. In fact, as far as she's concerned, she'd just like to skip the trial altogether.
Wonderful. We're all agreed.
Not quite. She wants to send you directly to prison.
Dad.
A madman was killed. A menace removed from our community. How can they try me?
Where there's a victim, there's a criminal?
That's
Exactly
right.
what Mrs. Sanders thinks. But I'm telling you, I will not be a scapegoat, a stepping stone for that woman's political ambitions.
Now, Dorian, whatever her motives, she's got your confession, and she means to run with it. Now, I've already offered her a plea for a suspended sentence. She came down hard. She wants blood.
They have Mitch Lawrence's blood. What else do they want?
Yours.